Ah, the memories this brings back. The beta of Ultima Online. Well, that's not what we're talking about today. We are talking about Ultima Forever, Quest for the Avatar. Now, I have signed an NDA with EA in order to see the game and be one of the alpha testers. Now, because I have signed that NDA, it says some very specific things in it about how I can't talk about any of the gameplay, I can't give any commentary about, whether I like it or whether I don't like it, or, tell how the game mechanics work or anything like that. I can't give you any information, but what I can do is I can take what is already in the public and I can present it to you as maybe fact or fiction. And so that is what I'm going to do. And I'll present all the sources for all of this so that they can all be looked up. So, let's see here. Okay. So, I have the very first thing. Look at this graphic here. This is the graphic of Ultima Forever. And now I want to show you this right here. This is Ultima 4. Notice any similarities? You can draw your own conclusions on that. So, let's see here from GatherYourParty.com. This is a quote. Announced via Comic-Con, Ultima Forever will be a free-to-play multiplayer reimagining the 1985 classic. So basically, the same game many know and love, but with a very necessary and clearly beneficial addition of a cash shop up the ass. I'm just reading this. This is really what it is. It will be playable both on PC and iPad and will require that you use EA's online distribution service Origin. Cross-platform play is promised. What I can say is that they also said that iPad specifically and PC. So, Cash Shop, never mind you where they say you're putting it, but Cash Shop, yes. From the EA official press release. There's a fundamental shift underway in how gamers will play and pay for games, and Electronic Arts is a leader in providing new business models and new ways to consume content, said Dr. Ray Muzyka. I know I'm butchering his last name. Anyway, he's the general manager of EA's BioWare label and co-founder of BioWare. With Ultima Forever, Quest for the Avatar, we're excited to give gamers the opportunity to play a high-quality game with their friends anytime, anywhere, on both iPad and PC. With that quote from the press release, what they are saying is that this is a new type of game that is not like any of the Ultimas, including UO, that you have played in the past. Also from the official press release. As huge fans of the Ultima franchise, the team at BioWare Mythic is not only excited to be able to bring you this reimaging of the original rich world to the fans of the classic RPGs, but also to introduce a new generation of gamers who have never had a chance to discover why this is one of the industry's most beloved worlds, said Eugene Evans, studio GM at BioWare Mythic. Okay, so what I want to bring up about that quote is that this is definitely geared towards a new generation, people who have not played Ultima before. From touchgen.net, their goal is to appease longtime fans of the series while bringing a whole new generation of fans to the series. Okay, first half, I object to. The appeasing of longtime Ultima fans. And the second half of bringing a whole new generation of fans to the series, I do agree with that. From Kotaku, is that how you pronounce it? Kotahu, Kotaku. Okay, so there is a lot of stuff here. They actually interviewed one of the guys over the phone, and there's several quotes here. And so this is all official information, I guess you could say. The similarity to the title of Ultima 4, Quest of the Avatar, is not coincidental. It is Ultima 4, says Paul Barnett, creative director of BioWare Mythic. As he explained to a phone call with Kotaku. We've taken Ultima 4 and we've reimagined it. We've basically taken a Batman reboot option, the Spider-Man reboot option, and those are what he's calling it. So, he says, what we've done is we've picked Ultima 4 because we think Ultima 4 is really cool, and it's neat. And it's ace. And they've made it so that small groups of people, 3 or 4, can go down in a dungeon, going through the world of Ultima, and going to see famous towns, and all the NPCs of the entire world are available. So basically saying that this is going to be just like the magic of Ultima 4, which Ultima 4 had great magic, because it was when all of the things like compassion, honor, humility, all of these virtues were introduced. So, let's see here. Going into hot air balloons and flying over mountain ranges. Getting into galleons and sailing across the seas. Surviving the great big storms. Getting back to sea monsters. Going to Sinjin Abyss. And completing to collect the actual virtues. The 8 virtues will make you a good person, which is why Ultima 4 is neat. We'll be doing that by giving you quandaries, actual conversations that you have to solve. And I apologize for reading this. Reading is not actually one of my strong suits. I'm dyslexic. But since I can't give a whole bunch of my own opinion on this, I have to just do it this way and either confirm or deny. And because I can't give out any new information. So, let's see. There'll be actual conversations that you'll have to solve and things that you find some money. You've got the merchant who has lost the money and you give it back to him, which is the just thing to do. Or do you give this poor person who's starving, which is the compassionate thing to do? So it's going to be moral quandaries. They're both good answers, but they're both challenging answers. You've got to think about both of them, and that's basically the driving force behind the game. Okay, also from the same site, every generation deserves an Ultima. Barnett declared grandly, and we're giving this generation the best BioWare Ultima, the best BioWare Ultima that we can. I want to say more on that, but I probably shouldn't. What is the best we can? In this case, that means a top-down isometric view. With hand-painted backgrounds and 3D characters. According to Barnett, it plays fast, it's clicky, but the combat's fluid and fun rather than tactical and mind-numbing. So the combat's fluid and fun rather than tactical and mind-numbing. The character's progression is soft and smooth ramp-up. You're going to get in the conversation trees, which are much more like you would in Dragon Age. Okay, and they have more. Of course, Ultima 4 was a single-player RPG, and this is Kotaku. This is what they wrote. Of course, Ultima 4 was also a single-player RPG. In the press release, EA confirmed that the iPad and PC versions of Ultima Forever will fully support cross-platform play. So that doesn't matter which version your friends are on. But does that mean you will have to play with your friends all the time? Can you do the entire thing on your own if you want? If you are mildly antisocial, Barrett answered, you can do the whole... Okay, so what he says is, you can do the whole thing if you want, if you're mildly antisocial. Barnett answered, though clearly that's not the way it's meant to be played. It's multiplayer as long as you log in. You can go to a server world, you can play there. There's not a lot of people in it. It's actually quite small. And it's about going in with your friends and finding friends using the friend finder when you're traveling around the world. There's up to 500 people in the world. This is not... does 500 qualify as massive? I'm not... Golly. Not on maybe today's terms, maybe not. But on the old terms, 500 would be massive, but I don't know. Let's see. Up to 4 people can adventure and have a jolly time, Barnett says. Okay. So, and more. BioWare, Mythic, and EA are banking. This is Kotaku writing again. BioWare, Mythic, and EA are banking on the time versus money trade-off. Some players have lots of time and little money. For other players, it's the reverse, the latter. You know, this is exactly what I talk about all the time and why RMT exists, but they're using it in the game here. Okay, ideally, we'll translate into impatience into microtransaction purchases. So basically what they're saying here is that you can play the entire game without purchasing a single thing. But the people who don't have that much time and don't have that much patience can buy things like transport, like boats, like airship transport, and stuff like that. So GameRevolution.com says, however, it isn't an MMO like Ultima Online. That is a true statement. Also, if you're expecting a hardcore experience like Ultima Online, you might want to shelve those expectations. This is very likely a little kickback for the fans, but nothing more. It is not Ultima Online. I can confirm that. It is not. Last quote from them. Boasting cartoon aesthetic. They're referring to what the game looks like. I personally reached out to Richard Garriott to ask him if he was involved with this. The official answer is no. He is not official in any way. What is official is that there is a character in the game called Lady British. She apparently is the replacement for Lord British because Lord British is still owned by Garriott. And Lady British will be in the game, and no, she is not married to Garriott. So, so if they do something incredible with the game, then I may feel compelled to support it. And if I were to do that, I would do that officially with videos and with a fan site. And I don't know why this happened, but guess who owns ultimaforever.net? Now, wouldn't that make a great domain for a fan site? Hoo-yah!